Good. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Bit of a late start with some technology issues, but all is well. Welcome to the special meeting of the Louisville School Division Board of Trustees for March 12th of 2024. I will begin by acknowledging that our school division brings together a community of schools on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe, Aninawac, and Dakota. Our division is located on the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Okay, all right. Finish up by acknowledging that we recognize that Manitoba is also the traditional land of the Anishinaabe and Dene. We respect the treaties that are made on this land and acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past and present. And in making this land acknowledgement, we also acknowledge dedication to authentic alliances with Indigenous communities in a true spirit of reconciliation and cooperation. Welcome to those that are attending online this evening. I know there's a few folks, so we're glad that you were able to join us. We will have a question period certainly at the end of this short meeting. And just remind you that if you do have questions that are not related to this, you can certainly email info@lrsd.net, and we will ensure that your question is redirected to the person that can provide a good answer for you. Our vision is for all members of our community to excel as caring, confident, capable, and resilient lifelong learners who contribute to a democratic and sustainable world. And our mission is to provide a safe, inclusive, and engaging environment where personal and collective learning are valued and each one of us reaches our full potential. We need to begin by approving the agenda for this evening's board meeting. I need a mover and a seconder for this, please. Trustee Pelichuk, second. Trustee Guerrier, all in favor. Any opposed? And waiting, Trustee Nordheim?
Yes, it didn't come up. I'm sorry.
Okay, voting in favor?
Yes, I did
Thank
put
you.
my hand up.
Okay, I'm sorry. And the motion is carried. First of two items on the agenda is the budget for the 2024-2025 school year. I will pass this over to our superintendent and secretary treasurer to provide salient details, please.
Would you like me to start? Yeah, and then I'll let you work through the details.
Okay.
I'm just going to share, because I think I heard the suggestion that I can share a thought. So I just want to share a thought. It's lengthy motions that can be quite detailed. But in essence, the board is about to make a decision related to its budget. The draft budget that you're considering is suggesting a 6.5% increase to, in essence, locally navigate the challenges of growing enrollment and inflation, as well as the need to fund the maintenance of aging schools. And so just like we saw an increase coming from the province relative to its side of the budget, the board is considering its half of the budget and what is a necessary increase. And the board is also considering an additional 1% increase to add something new, to expand full-day kindergarten to all 30 schools. And so I thought I would just reiterate that insight and let the Secretary Treasurer expand on some of the.
Thank you very much. So the total proposed budget for the 24-25 school year is going to be $247,027. This represents operating Operating budget of 244,763,598 and capital budget of $2,236,429. Just some high level I guess percentages. What this kind of represents is an increase in salaries and benefits of roughly 10%. This is to address the increase in salary costs for the division, as well as an allocation for pending salary settlements with unsettled labor groups. In our departments, we are seeing an increase of 9.4%, and this is to address our enrollment growth, our aging infrastructure, like our buildings, as well as inflationary pressures that we're experiencing on our purchases. We've increased school budgets by 10.66%. School budgets have not increased or very little. It's increased very little for the past 3 or 4 years, and it's definitely not kept up with inflation. So we are providing additional support for our schools and our capital, as Superintendent Michalik has mentioned. We are increasing our capital budget by 130% from $971,600 to a little over $2.2 million. This is to address some of the larger capital needs when it comes to our school buildings. The other thing I want to mention to our community is here we as in the school division proposed to the board and passed a unbalanced budget, a deficit of $2.4 million. This budget brings us back to a balanced budget. So those are some of the high level items that I wanted to mention.
Thank you. I'm going to read the motion, and then we will open the floor for questions or comments. The recommendation is that the total expenditure estimates for the operating fund of $244,763,598 and the estimated for transfer to the capital fund of $2,236,429 be approved for the period of July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025, and that the Louis-Riel School Division special requirement for operations for the period from January 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025 set at $130,818,533, and that the municipalities of Springfield and Richaud and the city of Winnipeg be advised of their respective special levies under section 188 of the Manitoba Public Schools Act for the year 2024. I need to into seconder, please. Trustee Kolachuk, second trustee Semenyola. Any questions or comments from the group? Seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you. I would take this opportunity before we move on to our second and last budget item to acknowledge the work that has gone into preparing the draft budget at the outset by our Secretary Treasurer and our Superintendent and his team. It is a Herculean task every year, and it warrants many, many long days, weekends of digging into the needs of the school division and planning for what an upcoming year is going to look like. I also want to acknowledge my colleagues around the board table. We have had some good conversation around how we prioritize for the needs of our community, for success for all students and staff, and also with an eye to the future to ensure that Louis-Riel School Division continues to provide all of the programs and services and opportunities to our students and staff and support families so that we can be sure that our students are getting everything that they need in all aspects that will give them a rich and robust K-12 experience and see them graduate excited about whatever comes next as they plan for their futures as citizens of the world. So my appreciation, conversations are not always easy, but they are always important. Sometimes the hardest ones are the most important. So I want to acknowledge all of that energy and time and commitment that goes into it. We are a better school division because of the collegiality and the trust and respect around this table. And I'm grateful for that as a board chair. We have a staffing item that is related to principal appointment. Superintendent.
I am recommending the appointment of Thaddeus Burasa as principal of Nelson McIntyre Collegiate effective April 1st, 2024. Thaddeus is presently serving in the role of vice principal of the school. And I am confident he will do an amazing job as the principal of the school.
Thank you. So the recommendation then is that the board appoint Thaddeus Burasa as principal of Nelson McIntyre Collegiate effective April 1st, 2024. I need a mover and seconder on that, please. Trustee Garrier and Trustee Kolachuk. Any questions on the recommendation? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Any opposed? The motion is carried. I don't believe Thaddeus is on the line, but certainly we extend congratulations and look forward to offering that in person when the opportunity presents itself. Public question periods. I know we have a few people on the line. If you have any, raise your hand, please. And we can do our best to answer questions you might have. Seeing no hands raised, we are then at the end of our agenda and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.
I'm gonna click comments.